Yo! Hello, hello. Making sure one setting there is where I want it, I think. Trying to get the audio set up right. But thought I'd do a little extra sleigh today, no big deal. Where are we going first? Crystalline Passage, Frozen River. It looks like a wonderful place to go. I do love the pits. I know I do a lot of pits. Always hitting the pits, but it's so great. How can you avoid it, am I right? When you need quite literally one item for the Holy Grail. Brad, Bad Omens, Siri, what's going on? Siri buff, 2 lives left. Welcome in. Diesel, yo yo. What's going on? Jordan, Marco, Bench Crew, welcome in everybody. Hopefully y'all having a wonderful Thursday. Make sure I have everything set right. You never know if I change something here or there or something. Doing something else, so. Gets an ear gauge for D2R anniversary. No! Hard pass on that. I'll tell you what, I'll have a beer for the anniversary. How about that one? Trust me, I'll do it too. I'm not fibbing. I'll really do it. Just for the anniversary. Not because I would do it regardless. Teals and Light incoming! Pretty much guaranteed. Wicked Ball, welcome in there. Welcome in, welcome in. Show off the Istid Shaco. Brad. Istid Shaco because I'm a boss, right? That's his baller move right there. We'll bring up a couple revives just to have a couple little extra distractions around for the mobs. Really, in a way, they probably slow the kill speed slightly in certain instances, because the monsters like will spread out or they won't clump up as close together for the corpse explosion damage to hit as many monsters. But you know, it is what it is. B. McGoon. You gotta count slower. You're gonna count down till the Sacred Armor drops. Good afternoon from Greece. Charpan. Ooh boy, that's a toughie. Tough read on the name for me. Sorry. Charpantidis. Oh boy. Welcome in though. My apologies. We'll just go through, lower res everything, hit them with one round of poison, go back and double check with what they dropped for me. Tubby, welcome in. Hello, hello. Five Deuce says he's at least got to stop by to hit that like button. That's how you know you're a legend. If you're dropping by hitting the like button, instant legendness.
Marco Bellet donated $5 Canadian through Super
Marco!
Roof Fund.
Thank you so much for the $5 Super Chat. Appreciate you. Very kind of you. Yeah, that was a callback to a little, I did a little stream goal the other day. I got to, I'm in process on getting quotes on getting my roof redone, so... The only good thing is it's not that expensive of a thing to get done. So maybe joking. Sazabi's is this the Ghostly Liberator? Is that what it's called? Yeah. Chilling and killing with Phil, says Varthamus. Welcome in. Fellow Slayer. Fellow, always a good day, you say. The true story. Never a bad day to slay. And it rhymes, so that makes it like double true, right? KC Killer. Speaking of a good day, NFL football's back, baby. It's back. With the Lions tonight too, huh? Nice cool day outside. Yeah, it's I almost thought about putting on like a hoodie when I went to the gym this morning. I was like, nah. Yeah, I just had my shorts and a tank top on because I was going to the gym, and I was like, yeah, maybe I'll throw on a hoodie because it's not hot outside. But I did not. Football Hall of Fame is popping today. Yeah, well, I imagine with the Hall of Fame game, right? That's why they have the super crazy early preseason game or whatever it is. Crazy early. Tofu steak for lunch, and no, I had like I guess you call it like a homemade burrito bowl. Some leftover taco stuff from the other day. Bad Omen. No, I'm not much of a quote unquote like all around gamer. I'm just a little old Diablo 2 player. Stan Fink said he's been rocking my rocking the Fire Trap Assassin that he seen from one of my build videos. Appreciate you. Thanks for watching. Glad it's working out for you. It's pretty reasonable. Pretty reasonable. I will admit though, I started off ladder with a Fire Trap Assassin one time, and I really did not enjoy it. Did not enjoy it. There's like pretty much, there's some builds where there's like budget stuff to use, which a lot of builds use the same budget stuff, right? And then there's like insane endgame stuff, and there's like nothing in between, right? That's kind of how I feel that one is. Like you have to get like the high runes to make like minimum like flickering flame and stuff are the first boosts you can really get, you know, so. G-Stacks. Ooh, you know what that reminds me? I should have took a little bit of time earlier. I forgot to redo the channel badge again. Today. I was gonna make the first video for my for Funsies channel that I was gonna do about football, but I'll won't do that today, and I'll make a channel badge instead later. I do have all day tomorrow too, because we got a Friday night slaying stream tomorrow, or tomorrow night. Slaying and printing and slaying, printing and slaying. Appreciate you, G-Stacks, though, for the $2 super. Have I ever done an higher than P1 Uber's run? Not intentionally, no. But yes, I have done a higher than P1's Uber run before. Both successfully and unsuccessfully. So, but no, not on purpose. I don't do that for funsies. It's more like, whoops, Phil forgot to change the player's difficulty. It's always nice to notice when you get to like Bale in Uber Tristram or whatever, Uber Bale, and you're like, why is this going so difficult? Like, this is weird. Oh. How many Tyraels dropped today specifically, says Optimus? Well, do you want me to lie or do you want me to tell the truth? Well, the truth is so boring. 7 of them have dropped today. I got distracted there. I was actually sorry, fellas. I was actually daydreaming about finding Tyrell's Might there for a second. That's literally what was just happening. That blank look on my face. You're calling up Detroit and you're having Detroit ban me, says G-Stacks, because I've been slacking on the new channel badge. Oh no. Is the ban lifted once I get the new channel badge made? Or... hopefully. TZ Andy broken. For finding the super rare uniques, I mean, kind of, sort of, yeah, broken. Unfortunately, it's not letting me find my Tyrell's Might there, but I've probably found like 4 Templars there. I don't like mold my life around when TZ Andy's gonna be though, so I haven't hit as many as, like, you know, there's so many times when I look and it's like at 7 o'clock in the morning, I'm like, well, I'm getting my daughter ready so I can go to the gym, so I can't, like, you know. Or depending on the time you hear, I'm getting my kids ready for school, you know, like. There was about 2 or 3 months where there's probably about a 2-month period, maybe we'll call it, or a month and a half, 2 months, where I was like, all right, if there's a TZ Andy, I'll just take the hour and I'll hit it. You know, I gotta find this Tyrell's Might. And then I was like, what am I doing? Like, I'm hopping online, I'm hopping offline whenever TZ Andy is, like. Appreciate you, T-Stacks. You'll see what you can do. Appreciate you. Mr. Blue Jeans, welcome in. Oh, speaking of what, the one thing you guys, or everybody in chat, really wanted to know. How did bowling go yesterday? So, real close, real close. It was another team that maybe didn't have the highest averages, kind of like our team. The first game we won by 1 pin. And in the 10th frame, the 9th and 10th frame, I went strike in the 9th, strike in the 10th, and then I got like 7 pins on the final throw. And I knew I had to get like everything. The person, they didn't go yet. The person on the other team, in the like their anchor or whatever, I'm our final bowler on our team. But I knew, like, I need to get all 3 of these. Like, I need to do great, and I need them to not get a spare in the 10th. Like, they need to not get a mark. And they got 9 in the 10th, and I strike 7 to win the first game. The second game, they beat us by 135 pins in the second game, which is crazy. They destroyed us. They were just so lucky. Like, they wouldn't even hit the head pin, and the pins would just fall this way and that way, and then fall backwards towards us, and they'd get strikes that way all the time. And then the third game in the bowling league last night, we beat them by like 160. Yeah. So we took totals, so that was nasty. Just nasty. I really didn't bowl very good. The last game I did okay. I got 188, I think, which is, for me, is pretty good. It's over average for me, so. Optimus says, TZ Andy. We talked about TZ Andy a little bit before. Says, never when you get online. Yeah. That's what it seems like, right? Let me look at the TZ schedule right now, actually. I just looked at it a second ago, but now they changed the TZ schedule, so it looks kind of weird. We've got down here at 9 p.m. tonight. Dang, yo, why couldn't that be 9 tomorrow? At least tomorrow. I'm gonna do so it's right here, 7. I'll start at 6 here with Ancient Tunnels. So, I downloaded this new thing, so I can, it's kind of like how you can zoom in on one particular spot on your phone. I downloaded a plugin for my browser where you can do that on your thing like this. Which is nasty. But Ancients, Tunnels, Tristram, Chaos, not too bad for tomorrow night. Not too bad. You know, they're all blue there, I guess, so they're not like the most goated ones, but they're all not bad. You know, they're kind of... Ancient Tunnels with Poison Nova? Not sure how good that is, but... Make sure, YouTube there, make sure you guys hit the like button for me. Appreciate it. Cow level was before this. I'm not a big fan of the cow level, I'm gonna be honest. You get like no experience. I don't know what their actual drop rates are on just the high level uniques from the champs and stuff there, but it seems like you never get any. I don't know. I know bases and runes, everybody loves them, but when you're offline single player doing a holy grail and it's been in your years into it, don't care a lot about that. I mean, it's always cool to get good stuff, but like, you know. But yeah, Tears and Chaos, Stan says, congratulations. Hopefully that is me tomorrow night. Timeless Pete, welcome in, welcome in. Yeah, been a minute, true story. Good to see you. Don't make it so long next time, huh? We need you in chat. Need you. Left that TZ Andy for the full hour yesterday, Barthemus says. You got a metal grid, that's it? Yeah, it's very... There's a use or two for it, but nothing too crazy, so... Yeah. What's the Merc rocking? Infinity. Got Infinity on the Merc. We got an Insight Iron Golem. Good damage on the... Ooh! Dang, okay. I don't know about that reaction, but... 313-2. Not a bad small charm. But yeah, what I was saying is, man, we'll hang on to that compared to what we got. I think I actually have full inventory of like better than that already, to be honest. But yeah. So Infinity Conviction Aura doesn't actually help poison, but half of the Corpse Explosion is fire damage, so it helps that out. Conviction does have some like, what is it? It lowers their physical immune or something. So. And Infinity is just a nasty weapon for damage by itself, so... sure. Excluding Sork and Amazon builds, what's the most fun for me? I don't really like Amazon all that much, to be honest. I'll have to say, if I'm talking for, like, end game farming, which is what I do most of the time since I been grailing for so long, I guess I would say Barbarian. Or maybe a Necromancer either. I was like, I'll do it right after stream, and then I didn't do it. I've been slacking. Dang, I woke up early this morning too, and instead of good old Tal's mask out here, I watched the, with the Hall of Fame game, the NFL first preseason game tonight. I'd been slacking on watching the new season of quarterbacks, and it's got Jared Goff in it. So I was like, which is the Lions quarterback, my kind of quote unquote like hometown team, sort of. So I watched I woke up at like 6:30 this morning, and I watched the first episode of that before I got my daughter up and got ready for the gym. So. Yeah, only Tyraels. Heretic. It's been almost... I started this Holy Grail like several years ago, and I play it almost all the time. It's been like 2 years that I found every single item except for Tyrael's Might. So it's been I've only been looking for Tyraels for like 2 years. So yeah. Yeah, talisman's pretty common. Also good though. It's a cool, good item for them. You know, you always look for them at the beginning of ladder and stuff. So. Red Skeleton said pulled Tyrael's Might the other night from TZ Andy. Yeah, I've honestly probably ran 40, 50 hours of TZ Andy. Haven't gotten Tyrael's Might. You know, I know that's where everyone finds theirs, so. Duck, welcome in. Skipped a small charm at Talisman. There's no way, G-Stacks. If I seen it earlier, I would have went back, but I got distracted for a second, so. Blue Jeans that gotta shoot us. Congrats on that. Loca says the dedication. I can't stop now. I'm gonna give up with one item left. That seems... Oh, you know what it seems. Krika, yeah. I just go black coffee. Super dark, I mean, I don't like the... Like, I guess I'm fine with it. I'm not too particular on the... darkness of the roast or whatever. I don't like the extra light ones, but... And I don't do, like, fancy coffees really either, ever. I just, you know... I don't buy, like, the Folgers bit giant tub either. Like, that kind of tastes, like, yucky to me. Like, cheap gas station coffee. But, I don't buy super expensive stuff either. You know, like the bags that are, like, $6.99 or something like that, you know? Like the store brand, like, Colombian coffee or something, you know? Almost like pseudo gourmet, yeah, I guess you'd call it. Three skills, 20 as shooters. Congrats on that, Blue Jean. Scott Nito said he never was lucky enough to get an Andaro's Visage. Yeah, they're a little bit rare. A little bit rare for those things. 8 o'clock coffee's rock solid. At 8 in the morning or at night? Don't do 8 at night. Oh, that's a brand. Never mind. I'm an idiot. I just remembered, like, oh, wait, that's a brand. I don't think I like that brand of coffee, I'm going to be honest. I think I got it because it's not that expensive, but before, and I was like, ugh. Actually, nowadays, I drink these two. I go back and forth, one. I drink one bag and then one bag of this other brand, which I'll talk about in a second. Because we got D2 Degenerate.
Donated $6.99 through Super Chat. For Phil's Pseudo Body Coffee Fund.
Thank you for the $6.99 for coffee. You legend. I gotta look at something real quick. I can't tell why the alerts are so quiet. Did I get an update that like lowered their volume or something? I mean, I could turn them up. They're all at the exact same level. Random people, let me know in the comment. Let me know in the chat. Do I need to raise the volume of my alerts relative to everything else? I think so. Give Emilio coffee. I can't get them all amped up. I bet oh yeah, so I was talking about there's this German coffee I get from Aldi, and then there's this Italian brand of coffee I get from Aldi. But they're both like mass produced. It's not like some crazy craft like Italian, you know, special super. It's that yellow package. Somebody would know it. I forget what it's even called, but once again, Degenerate, thank you so much for the $6.99 super. Yeah, I'm not even sure. Now that I think about it, if you say the brand, I don't know that I'd even know it, so. Cafe Busteo or whatever. Yeah, maybe that is it. Yeah. There's a little vacuum sealed yellow package. That's like $3.99 at Aldi or whatever. Maybe it's $4.99. Italia? I don't get it. Italian? Yeah, Italia. It's Italy, but it's Italian. It is known. Italian. Everybody knows it. It's fine coffee, but not like Folgers. Eh, maybe. Not a big Folgers fan, but it's just me. Jason, hello, hello. Crickus is the Folgers bucket. Yeah, Folgers might as well come in like a 5-gallon bucket, yeah. Might as well. Maybe we'll go hit the Halls of the Dead. Or wait, Halls of the Dead. I was thinking, whatchamacallit. I don't know how this would work in there. Why don't we go figure it out? Doc, you say you gotta pick your kids up from school? I guess other places in the world go year-round, don't they? United States, we get like 2.5 months off for the summer, so. Golden Coin, welcome in. Yeah. Twitch and YouTube stream. Welcome in. Not particularly dense out here, so. Maybe. Actually, maybe it's goated. Hold up. Tony Stoom. See. Nice. Yeah, that's what I thought it was. Zone do I hate the most? Anywhere with souls. So.
Varthemus donated $19.99.
Varthemus.
Super chat. I Polly. It's Polly. It's still been sweet. You get your roof quotes yet?
Varthemus, thank you for the $20 super chat. Boom. I have not gotten the roof quote yet. I gotta get on that still. I gotta get on the roof quote. I need to set up my stress test for my heart, because I'm crazy high blood pressure, I guess. A few other things. Turns out the chipmunk is, I thought it was gone. It is indeed not gone. It just hid it in its burrow for literally a full week. Boy, this place stinks. I break their immunity or whatever, but they must have really high poison res. These skeletons. Suboptimal. Boy, that's no good. I ain't doing that. Degenerates is 2K for his house? Well, yeah, when you got a mansion, dude. Holy smokes. 20K? Get out of town. Yeah, if I get a quote for 20K, my ass to be up there doing it myself. I'll tell you that much. I'll watch a YouTube video and figure it out. I gotta clean this stuff up too. That's crazy. That's like my full amount of money I make in a year right there. Can't do that. No synth. No. I never heard them even address it, to be perfectly honest. The "we got big plans" statement. And they never said they had big plans for Diablo 2. That's why a lot of people are misreading what they said. They talked about Diablo 2's 25th anniversary, and then they talked about how they have big plans for Diablo. They still have big plans. They didn't specify for what. You got a 2-bedroom house? What? 2-bedroom house, and that someone was that like you went straight into Home Depot and asked them how much it would cost you to, you know. That's crazy number. I haven't gotten quotes yet, but I'm gonna cry if it's that much. Oh boy. Phil becomes a roofer. I mean, how hard could it be? I mean, I could easily be a roofer, but that's not really. July, August, 100 degrees, baking in the sun all day. That's the hardest part of the job for sure, I would say. I've never done it, but I'm guessing that's the hardest / worst part of the job. Man, it's crazy too. Like, you see the people in the neighborhood, out, like the roofers out doing the roofing work. And some of these guys are literally, it's 100 degrees, you know, in the sun there too. And they're wearing long sleeves and pants. Holy smokes. Crazy. Yeah, middle of summer, middle of winter probably stinks. Yeah, no doubt. 2 Live says, hopefully what they were talking about is another Diablo mobile game. Yeah. Diablo Immortal expansion. Mang Song's lesson in Diablo 4 is the big announcement. Could be. Yeah, degenerate the raw material costs due to recent events, we'll call it. It could be. But I would get another quote. I need to talk to one of my buddies knows a guy that does roofing. So if you can get a hold of a guy, you know, outside of like a business, they'll come to your house like on the weekend and like on their day off, and like they do roofing on the side because they can make so much money. So they'll do it for like 2, 3, 4, 5 grand less, and they'll still pull in like you know, a few $1,000s in a day because, you know, they don't have all the overhead that businesses have to cover in the you know, profit margin. You know what I mean? I'm too big to be a roofer, says G-Stacks. I mean, I'll allow it. I couldn't imagine being a roofer. I helped do one garage one time, and yeah, I didn't even do the. Well, actually, I did the hard work. I didn't do the nailing the tunk 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 tunk. I did a lot of carrying up shingles up a ladder, to be honest. So. And then I redid some like soffit stuff. Samantha Nudge, woo! Welcome in. Yo. Act 4 expansion DLC. Can't say not for sure, but I doubt it. Here we go. Perfect. Oh, well, 185 with 19 to strength. Ooh, I think the skeleton mastery goes 1 to 2 too, as well, right? Yeah, good boots though. Good boots. A lot of strength and dex there. Let's see. Hell Rune. Do I need these? I don't remember. I changed my mind. Well, I do need to make better insights. So, how long's this season? Are you talking about D2R, like the current season? They're 4 months, but I don't know even where it's at now. I'm on offline single player at the moment. Best of luck to me. Degenerate said he's going to get 3 quotes. Yeah, that's kind of what they recommend, to get at least 3. Are you, oh yeah, Degenerate, are you in the United States? I forget. That could be too if you're in a different country, you know what I mean? In Texas, insurers cover the cost of the roof if the roofer can prove to an agent there's damage. I mean, I've heard stories like that from some people, but people have told me stories that there was like a storm went through their neighborhood and they needed a new roof, so they climbed up on the roof and like pulled off like a couple dozen shingles and said they blew off in the storm, so the insurance got a new roof. Like gave them a new roof. But I'm always a little sketch about committing insurance fraud, I'm gonna be honest. I'm always a little hesitant, you know, to commit crimes. But yeah. Also, I'm not sure exactly how, for 100% how it works, not like all the time nowadays, but if you commit claims or if you make claims on your insurance, it can cause them to raise how much you pay for insurance, so it really doesn't help you a whole lot sometimes. I'm not an expert on homeowners insurance, so. G-Sec said the people he had do his roof filed for bankruptcy because they did a bunch of shoddy work on some apartments. Oh boy. Well, at least your, you know, normal sized house, they hopefully didn't try to rush, like they rushed these giant apartments, I'm guessing, huh? That'd be my guess, is that, oh, they got some job and they didn't have enough people, they quoted it, bid on it, didn't have really enough time to do it, and they just had to rush it. Or they just stink, who knows? Put on a tin roof, I mean, geez. I know you can do that, you know, I mean, I helped my dad put one on our barn one time. But I don't know if I really want to do that on a house, you know. I guess kind of part of it is just aesthetics, you know, whatever, but Wicked Ball had a hailstorm cost $32,000 to fix the roof. Yeah, that's crazy. Giant house, or they had to do way more than just new shingles, I'm guessing. Like replace like the underboard or whatever you call it and stuff. Yeah, I had a friend's house that got hit by a crazy hailstorm. Did it total one of their cars or two of their cars? But it's kind of like you said, they had to get a full replace of the roof, to where the plywood was like cracked. In one side of their house, because it was coming in on an angle, all of the windows were shattered out, and the whole walls were dented and stuff. And at least one of their cars, I thought it was two, because I don't think they have a garage. I think they had two of their cars that the hail was so bad they totaled them out. They were like 2-3-year-old cars that the people just totaled out. They were so destroyed. And one of them, my buddy, he actually bought it back from the insurance company. Like, you can do that. They total it out, and then you can just, like, buy it back from them. He bought it back from them and got, like, the windows replaced in it and stuff, and just drove it around with these, like, baseball-sized dents all over it for a while. Chatmaster said easier for snow removal, the roof? Snow removal? How much snow you get? Like 6 feet up there? Yeah, inside Iron Golem, exactly. Yeah, Bad Omen said he had some hail that broke the windows. Yeah. I've never had that. I've never witnessed that personally in real life. Pretty wild. It'd be wild to see. Just sitting there, like, your gut sinking as windows are shattering out and your car's getting destroyed. Oh my gosh. I couldn't imagine. Ooh. Schleppler, appreciate your kind words. Marty, welcome in. Yo. Welcome in. Insurers will just drop you altogether if you file too many claims, says 2 Lives. I've never heard of that, but I believe it. For sure. I believe it. They're just like, you paid all this money, we're gonna cancel you now. Yay for garages. I know, right? I always keep our cars in the garage. Except for the stepsons, though. Stepson sits in the driveway, and me and my wife got our cars in the garage. Not enough room for everybody. Deadeye. Yo! Yeah, good old corpse explosion. Can't live without it. California wine country won't have to worry about anything weather-wise. Yeah, hopefully you don't get any fires in that area. I'm guessing the way you said that, you must not yet. Oh, guaranteed perfect. Mara's. Boom. Oh, sorry. I really forcefully pointed there. Chatmaster, yeah, for me, since with the tin roof. Yeah, I don't get enough snow to worry about clearing snow off the roof. We don't, you know, we don't get like 4 feet of snow or anything in Michigan like that at a time. And if it sits up there for like, you know, a couple of days, it like starts to kind of melt off or whatever. The sun just kind of melts it a little bit. Heat from the house. It's an older house. I did redo the insulation in the attic, but it's not perfect, you know. So even that just like melts off, you know, a little bit in time, you know. Trash has lions tonight. Yeah. Better believe it. Did I see a? Oh, it's flawed amethyst. Ooh, you know what? I probably just about have enough gold to go gamble Tyrell's Might here in a second. Atana said he just had 2.5-inch hail recently. Dang. Yeah, I don't want none of that. It's super rare for stuff like that to happen in Michigan, but every once in a while. When there's some crazy storm. I think the one that my buddy that they totaled out his cars, I'm pretty sure that was a storm that had like a huge tornado, which is uncommon for Michigan as well. Very uncommon. It was like a half-mile wide tornado. I met him to go to a concert when I went to Disturbed and Falling in Reverse, and I'm driving. I'm like, oh my god, what happened here? He's like, you remember that tornado a year and a half ago or whatever? This is where it came through, and I'm like, oh my god, like I'd never seen anything like that before. All the trees were like, they weren't just like blown over, they were like twisted up like pickup sticks. You know what I mean? It was wild. And they just like left it there because like who's gonna clean up all this like forest? You know what I mean? Like nobody does that, so. Duck said, like dropped, gotta take off. All right, peace out. Hopefully have a good day, Duck. Good to see you. For a quick second. Bad Omen said he's seen a tornado too. Yeah, I'd never seen one of those either. I'm fine with seeing that kind of stuff on video, I guess. I don't really want to see baseball-sized hail. I don't want to see, you know. It's interesting when we get like, you know, maybe we'll say like the size of a pea, you know, a little tiny sleet, like a little bit bigger than what I would consider sleet hail. No bigger than that though. I don't want nothing going through my windows and stuff, you know. Why not saving jewels for crafting? You get jewels way faster than everything else. So I do need to double check to make sure I have enough though. I think I saved up like 100 of them and I went, okay, I got enough now for the next crafting session. But I think I actually have way more than 100 of like materials to craft stuff. So I may need to start saving them. I'll have to double check sometime, see how many I got. Because yeah, I end up at a point where it's like, okay, I have, you know, 19 gem mules or jewels, you know, junk jewel mules. Don't need all these. And then I stopped for a long time. I stopped for like 2 years even getting junk jewels because I had so many. And then I went to craft and I had all these materials and I was like, oh no, I have no more jewels left. Ah! Bait title. Etsy. True story. I actually do use facets to craft with, actually. I do have some mixed in there, but like the 3/4s and stuff. VV, welcome in. Welcome in, welcome in. Never found a D-web, still functional without. So if you don't have a D-web, if you have pretty much everything else to make this build pretty good, I think this build is still good up to like players 3 difficulty. But like players 8 clearing stuff, I would not really. You can do it, it still does work, but it completely changes when you get a D-web. So if you're like Heart of the Oak Spirit, or if you do like Heart of the Oak with a 3-piece Trangs like I got here, you get minus 25 poison res, 3-piece. You'll be okay, like up to players 3. Let me double check here. I was like, when I get talking, sometimes I forget what I'm doing. Let's see. Deadeye said this is fear. Tornado during the night. Well, if a tornado hits you, whether it's dark or not, it doesn't really affect the outcome very much, huh? Imagine you're like in your house and you see a tornado, you're gonna run out to the garage and hop in the car, start driving away. I guess maybe some people try to run away from a tornado like that, but... Ort Rune. The Rail Tier Tell. No, don't need that. Why do I feel like there's something I'm missing here? Let's see. Let's double check real quick. Nothing really. Barth misses. They get so many tornadoes, they just sit on the porch and watch them all the time. Well, it depends how far you can kind of see, too. Yeah, I'm assuming you're like Kansas in the United States or something like that, or maybe even like Oklahoma or Texas or something. Big, wide open areas of like field. Etsy saying use Plague with this build. Yeah, I mean, I never really use Plague much. Cham runes are tough to come by on offline single player. So... Also, wait a second. Doesn't Plague cast lower res on striking? I don't think I would really want that, because you would lose your own lower res, because that lower res would like override yours, wouldn't it? Good old Diadem, not a Griffin's. Must not pick up rare items much. Well, I'm not going to pick up every single item, you know what I'm saying? Every single, like, you know. I pick up stuff that I might want, or that could be something like that other people would be excited about. But I did stop picking up belts. I know people complain about that, but recently started solo stuff on D2R, James Gray says. Thinking of rolling a Necromancer. What do you do about skillers? What do you do about skillers? I mean, use them? I'm not sure on the question there. What do you do about skillers? If you're a summon necro, you use summon skillers. If you're a poison necro, you use poison and bone. And if you're a bone necro, you use poison and bone. But yeah, Infinity. So Infinity, Corpse Explosion is half physical, half fire. So the Infinity helps out the half of that's fire, and if I'm not mistaken, Conviction Aura also lowers their physical resistance, right? So I think it helps out the other. Sorry. It probably chopped off some random other monster, so it probably couldn't have been Tyrell's anyways, but... Oh well. Sacred Armored's a set. We just need to be a little bit closer to materials. Oh, it lowers their defense. Gotcha. Not the physical res, it lowers their defense. Gotcha. I got that one mixed up. Infinity's just a good weapon too, though, so. Pal's Amulet right next to it. The Mammon. Oh, does the build seem weak until you have all the skillers?
What can I do for you?
So you got D-Web with no skillers, or very few. I don't know. I don't think I've ever been in that situation, really. I've always had like at least 5 or 6. I got 7 of them. I mean, I probably had 5 or 6 before I found a D-Web, so. It's probably going to be essentially. So I would say having a D-Web with not a ton of skillers is probably more powerful than having all the skillers and not having a D-Web. Like, minus res is super powerful. So I would say you're at least going to be fine with a Poison Necro up to like player 3 difficulty. And if you're not worried about leveling, P3 is like not much different than players like 7 on single player. It is a little bit. There is a little difference, but it's something like, what is it, like a 70% chance to drop an item relative to P7 is like an 86% chance a monster drops an item. But also, from players 3 to players 7, the monsters have like double or triple the amount of life, so they're slower to kill. You know what I'm saying? So. It is different. Don't get me twisted. I'm talking specifically about drops. The experience is way better on players 7, 8. You know what I mean? So I'd have to look it up again exactly what it is. Players 5 to 7 hertz. What do you mean by hertz? I'm not sure what you mean by that one, but yeah, the no drop chance change isn't super drastic from like 3 to 5, 5 to 7, like in that range. Those little jumps on single player. Sasquatch, welcome in. See, started this build running a spirit, and it's working well so far. As Krakenson is at level 47, so you're rocking it on like a playthrough, it sounds like. Nice. See, so you'd be like in Nightmare then, huh? Yeah, I could see it slowing down quite a bit. Get into Hell difficulty. We'll see, though. I could be wrong, I suppose. Just P1 Hell difficulty, you might be fine. I keep getting aw snapped. Aw snapped. I don't know. I'm not sure what you mean by that. I mean, I know what aw snap is, but Krakenson says your online ladder currently just got, yeah, Nightmare Act 2 you just got past? Gotcha. YouTube crashed? You're kidding. Looking fine on my end. I got no warnings of any kind, so maybe it was you. Hopefully it was your service, I'm hoping. Okay, Biv said he's not having an issue, so hopefully it's your internet or something. About time it's not my internet, right? About time. Whew. Try, if you're not on like a 1440p monitor, or you're not on a TV, make sure, like if you're on your phone watching, just do it in like 720, and then you shouldn't have a problem. 720p. Make sure it didn't automatically go to 1440, and then you're on your data plan, and you can't download the 2K or the 1440 fast enough. You know what I mean? That's what might be some people's problem, whatever, you know what I mean? Because I stream in 1440 and most people don't. So they might, oh, I didn't even, why didn't you guys tell me? You almost made me miss this. Thanks a lot, chat. Oh, well, not the craziest, most god tier, but level 13, though. A reasonable FCR ring, actually. And telekinesis? Boom! Oh, energy shield. 10, 10, 10. Ooh. That's perfect, right? Is that perfect? That's a maximum of 10, right? I don't need the ring either, actually, though, so. Okay, where was I? Oh, yeah. What was I talking about? I don't remember. Gecko's trying out Wolf Howl Barb. Flesh Ripper, Head Striker, a good combo. Boy, I would usually say, so you're gonna do the Wolf. I mean, you don't have to do two-handed, I guess. I kind of always did. Or just like Grief. I would have to look into it again. I haven't played one in a long time, and I don't remember exactly how all the mechanics work, to be honest. I think a lot of times I would go with two-handed stuff, but I mean, Grief is so crazy that, you know. So I can't give you any definitive advice there. My apologies, because I haven't looked into it in so long. Streaming on a trade deadline day. Yeah, I guess so. Nothing that really changes anything for me. I'm not like mid-season or anything. We haven't done any drafts or anything. So. Yeah, Scott, it is totally 10 to 15, yeah. I was kind of joking. About the Ormus? Kind of joking. G-Stack says he has no issues with the YouTube, except for himself. The only issue is these outdated channel badges. Giga Chad's like, G-Stacks needs an upgraded one. It's interesting just because you get the 5, you know? Enhanced damage minimum, and then you got the undead and attack rating undead. It's kind of funny. Not funny, but like, you know. Catches your eye at first because you're like, wait a second. Oh yeah. Why have I never made Mosaic, James asks. Yeah, pretty much because it's busted. I can't stand it. I can't even look at it. Hurts my eyes. Terrible. Oh, trash. Thank you so much for the 5 gifted Slayer shifts. Ooh. Appreciate you. Very kind of you. Booker Vedic, Wicked Ball, J-Fish, Sathis, gifted YouTube memberships. Superior Archon plate. I think I told you about this the other day. Chat in general, but that I say things like that, joking around, and then I get all these angry comments. I don't know about angry, but they're like, you know, did you really just say this? It's not pronounced that way. Like, how did you not know that? Shirts on. Poor boys. Welcome in. Yep, no Tyrell's Might yet. Not yet. You didn't miss it. Don't forget YouTube. Make sure you guys hit that like button for me. It'd be much appreciated. Oop. Got some tough streaming competition today, so... Help out in the algorithm there on YouTube, am I right? Talrune! Unearthed Wand. Probably can't be good or anything, but I need anyways, because... Biv. No, it's alright. I don't want to have to invest in a welding mask to be able to watch the footage of a Mosaic Assassin. That's everything. Go Lions go. Ooh, yeah. You know what? I kind of need to make some room, but I also need to gamble Tyrell's Might. Look at all this gold I got. I'm too lazy to go get an edge bow, so I'm just gonna go like this. And just make it happen. I don't care too much about gold. I just literally need to get rid of it so I can pick up more and then gamble more and then pick up more. No Tyrell's Might yet. You go through the gold quick, I know, so... Oh, a rare Sacred Armor. Well, I had a little more magic find, right? I know it pains people for them to watch me not go get the edge bow, but... They're like, no, Phil, no, no, no! Don't waste the gold! Boy, what a way it would be to finish a Holy Grail, to gamble a Tyrell's Might. I mean, after the 22 Nights of Terror, there's no way I'm gonna get Tyrell's Might. Oh, I was just thinking about that blue armor I found. Ancient. You get a lot of ancient armor, so... See, JC said made Mosaic to goof around. The game crashed once for you? Oof. Yeah, you gotta turn your settings down and all that kind of stuff just to even get it to work. I honestly can't believe that they put that in and people played it and were like, even with the way it was before, and they were like, this isn't powerful enough, we need it to be more powerful. Just when you rain down all the meteor charges, you know? I don't know. It'd be cool if you could gamble ethereal items. Yeah, I'm kind of anti-change guy, but I'd be fine with that. I wouldn't see how that could, like, bust the game in any way. Still, even if you could gamble ethereal items, it would be almost unheard of for that to cause any positive or negative things to happen, you know? Unless you're one of those people you like gamble a Shaco and then it's ethereal. Ooh, I only got 2 more. Jeez. Dang, so the only sacred armor I got was that rare one. Incredible. Oh, Incredible. Missing something. What'd I miss? What did I miss? Casey says, you don't have a welding mask? No, I don't have a welder at home. No. So I never needed one. Power shield. Oh. Oh, I was wondering why I couldn't teleport on my with my offhand. I forgot that I lose strength, and then my Enigma doesn't work. Oh yeah, so I didn't see your comment, but I kind of answered it on accident there, Gray. Yeah, I got strength on gear that lets me wear the other gear. But when I swap over to the offhand, then I don't have enough strength to wear the armor, which then causes me to lose all that strength on Enigma, so I can't wear a ton of other things after that. 75% chance to block? No. No, I don't worry about that. I don't worry about that on anything except for, I mean, the Paladin's easy enough to get to it that I do it for that with Holy Shield, but pretty much no other character I do that. I wonder what is my block right here? 29% chance. With the nerfs to Cold Mastery, Blizzard Sorceress now also needs Infinity. I mean, wear a couple SOJs. It depends how high a level gear you got, but you can rock Infinity on the different Blizzard Frozen Orb stuff builds if you even with Infinity on your Mercenary without an Insight, you can usually be okay if you got a couple SOJs and like a Shaco. Poison Nova damage, it's sitting at like 9k or something like that, somewhere in that range at the moment. But I sacrifice a bunch of plus skills to get more minus res, so. Oh, my revives were all dying, and disappearing, and I thought my I just seen the picture drop off. I was like, oh god, I just lost everything. Yeah, Musclehead. I know a lot of people like to get that damage screen number bigger, but I don't know if it's always the best choice. I did go rock this one a little bit differently to get the minus res on here. Get some more of that. It depends exactly like where the monster's poison res is, but getting more like 25% poison res could be more damage than getting like 5k more damage, you know what I mean? It depends on what their what the monster's resistance is, but a lot of times I'll usually just use like a spirit, and then I'll slap on some SOJs, and I don't need my breakpoint from somewhere else. But you're impossible. Oh, geez, I didn't know there was so much in here. Well, let's just toss these out real quick. Let's see if it's any good. I gotta remember to stop back it. Of course, it's just complete trash. Of course it is. I gotta remember to stop back. Appreciate you, Musclehead. Yeah. Appreciate you watching the video. Does FCR work effectively on Necro? You could argue that I'm about to die because I'm dumb. That you don't necessarily need it as much. You can corpse explode faster with higher FCR. You can teleport faster with higher FCR, but you don't need to worry about like spamming these faster because you don't need to do that really. Like sometimes you'll see me just shoot it out a couple of times like this, just to make sure I got everything, and because as things are like walking towards you, and usually that's when I'm like reading chat and stuff. But you really just need to shoot it one time and then wait and then corpse explode. So right now I'm rocking, I think I'm only at the 50 FCR breakpoint, or 48 I mean, but I have 50 FCR. But then there's another one at 75 I think, that a lot of people like to get to, and I usually would if I rocked the spirit setup, or if I was using, sometimes I'll use one of the necro heads that you can hold in the shield hand. Dark Force Spawn maybe, that has 3 to poison and bone skills and FCR on it. But if I use other gear that has FCR in it, I'll get up to the 75 usually. And there is a 125 breakpoint too. Not a bad jewel, but usually don't get to that one though, but I'll check it. Could be getting one of them 6 NATOs. Spectral Shard. I forget which season that was that we found one of these on the playthrough. I feel like it was ethereal too. 50 FCR in a playthrough is just so nasty. We didn't find it right away though. I feel like we didn't find it until like Nightmare Fail Runs or something. Let me double check on the Terrazone after this one. Oh, we got Neelithek again in like a couple of minutes. Oop. Oop. I hit the wrong button. Meant to go like this. Dun, 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 dun. Neelithek, Worldstone Keep. I don't know if I'm going to be on for the Worldstone Keep though. 5 o'clock. Kind of probably need to make dinner and stuff. I don't really like that. They changed the colors of that webpage, and I don't know that I like it that much, but I mean, it works fine, but they just look awkward. Looks awkward. So I had a thought. Tell me how degenerate this sounds. And not like degenerate like grinding D2 for 12 straight hours a day. Just for funsies, I was thinking about doing a daily fantasy, like a DraftKings. Oh, I didn't stop. A DraftKings team for the preseason game tonight. just for fun. Sometimes actually, if you do like 2% like research on it, because nobody does research on that kind of stuff, you can actually get like an advantage over other people. You just look into it ever so slightly on who's actually supposed to play and who's not supposed to play. Because what was it? Oh, Trey Lance is supposed to start for... I forget who the Lions are playing tonight now. Already got an advantage. Could you imagine getting rich off of preseason NFL football? You do feel like a degen going ham-bone on preseason fantasy football, but... Oh, I already... Ha 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 ha. I think it's worth it. I'll do a $1 lineup and call it a day. How are you switching between the cube so fast? I just click the buttons really quick. I actually don't have anything for that. I just hit I and I go like this, and I left click and right click at like the same second. Almost. I just do it super quick. You can set up a key like right here. I'm gonna hit the... I have it set to, I changed the key. I don't know what it is standardly, but I changed it to the letter C on my keyboard, and it just opens straight to the cube like this. But it's not very beneficial, because to pick things up, like you can't... I have a full inventory, so I can't pick anything up if this is closed. So I have to go like let's say I want to pick that up. I have to hit C, and then it covers almost all the screen. So you can't really... It doesn't really save you any time to do that. It's faster just to go whoop. So yeah. So yeah, I just hit the letter I for inventory, and I just pick this up and right click and boom boom, and then I come over here and... Yeah, usually you'd think it was like how I save and exit so fast. Think I have like some macro setup or something, but no. I guess I just done it enough times. I got quick fingers at it by now. In the town stash, not the inventory and cube here. So there is a quick send button, but I don't know which instance necessarily you were talking that I was using. Sorry. If you hold down, I think it's control and then left click, it'll fast send stuff between, but that's not to the cube. I don't know what I did, actually. My bad. Yeah, I do remember I was dropping the rails and the amethyst and stuff, but you know, when you're doing something so like kind of mundane or whatever, I wasn't even thinking about what I was doing. I was thinking more about how I was going to start Trey Lance in my preseason DraftKings lineup tonight. Degenerate's down to his last Grail item after finding Stormlash. Woo! Thanks a lot, Degenerate. Almost took me out. Yep, you're gonna finish it up before me, just like everybody else. Everybody just finds all these Tyros mites and faster than me, and I just can't get one. Oh well. Gray says it's called skill. It's called skill. Maybe. What was I doing? Oh, so you're talking when I take it out of here, and I was just going like putting it in here. I just hit the escape key. Oh. So yeah, put it in here, left click, right click, click on the gem, escape, drop it over here. Yeah, if you're in the cube and you hit escape after you're already in the inventory, it'll automatically go back to your shared stash. That's probably what you're asking, I suppose. Perhaps. We got 1 minute. Boy, if I go down in... If I actually farm the area, I need more poison res. This is killer. Just killer. Like poison res and a cure helm or something. I wonder if I got anything else. da. Like a quick fix, which I don't really. Oh well. I could just blast Pindle, huh? How hard is he? I don't know what their poison res out here is, so. All you need is Death Fathom, or you already have Tyrell's Might? Oh boy. Pretty high, I'm guessing. Wow. And this is with like minus 120 something. Pindle was the first one I took out. Suboptimal. I'm gonna have to X-nay on running this again. What's this area look like? Okay, never mind. Can't resurrect any of those guys. Nope, don't like these monster types. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. Nope, I don't like this. I was looking for the way down to the next area. I could just save and exit and hit the waypoint, I suppose, but I thought it was going to be right here. Oh, well. But yeah, the 5 poison res, tough to survive. Yeah, well, it's not that I would survive, but I was like using potions all the time. Because stinking like quill rats and stuff poison you. You can get some alright density down here when you get these little flare dudes. Oh, yeah. Trap Assassin Grand Charm right here. 25 to life. Ooh, yeah. Nice. Degenerate says, likes the Cure Holm on his Poison Nova Necromancer. Gotcha. It did cross my mind. I do use Cure on way more stuff nowadays, whether it's like quote-unquote optimal or whatever. Sometimes it just makes it easier to play, and easier to play sometimes is just like more entertaining, more fun. So I think when I was like a Wind Druid the last time I used Cure because I was where I was farming at. Or maybe like Fire Druid too, because you go in areas that get poisoned a lot. Yep, see, there goes the poison. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Don't poison me, bum. We're rocking some, maybe a few extra re-rolling insights or something, so. Thinking Quill Rats. Probably should battle order up too, huh? Man, giant herds of quill rats everywhere. Degenerate says the quality of life to never have to use potions is so nice. Talking about getting the little prayer mercenary synergy with cure helm and stuff and insights. It is pretty nice. Never having to heal, getting rid of the poison, getting rid of the curses. You know, you don't accidentally move on to another pack and realize that you're just cursed the bleep up. I forget what that one even is. What is that red one that zaps down on your head and blows up like that? I honestly don't even remember what that one is. Must like lower your defense or something. Something that's just worthless. Athrune. Hey. Ooh. You know what that is? Guaranteed Tyrell's Might. Or not Tyrell's Might. Perfect Mara's, I mean. Whoopsie, I forgot about which one do I say all the time. Seraph's Hymn. A little bit of a rare one right there. A little bit rare. Not used as much. I think that defensive auras technically could be too, but I mean, it's not the huge deal. But kind of rare. Lower resistance. I didn't think it was, but I didn't look. I probably should have looked, huh? Whoopsie. John, welcome in.
Can I help you?
4 o'clock. Zazabro. Figured it out. Said he found a Tyrell's Might a couple days ago. Yeah. I wish I found one a couple days ago. Congrats, though. Smeagol. Welcome in, welcome in. Yep, so none of us know what that one was, I guess. We know nothing. Hopefully that doesn't come up on any of the llama trivias pretty soon here. I was gonna do that. I was gonna do llama's trivia here this week too, but he had something came up that they can't have it. Can't do it anymore. So this particular week, unfortunate. Oh boy. Throw a huge party stream when Phil finds it. Oh yeah. It's gonna be 2 hours of like I'm gonna stand the desk up. I'm gonna be playing like salsa music and I'm just gonna be just dancing for two straight hours. No. I thought of a better idea. 2 straight hours of Pitbull. And I'm gonna dress up like Pitbull. The glasses and the shirt buttoned down to like my belly button. Mr. Worldwide. Fireball. Right? Yeah, we're gonna have a pizza party. If everyone's on good behavior. Small charm. That blizzard's almost got me. Yeah, we'll be listening to Fireball for 2 straight hours, drinking Fireball, dressed up like the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Worldwide, Pipple. I kind of sound like him. I don't know about that, but I just hope these all hit him, you know what I'm saying? Oh, it did not. Thank you. There we go. Some resistances. Blackbird, what's going on? The blackest of birds, actually. Lion Super Bowl or Tyrell's Might? Boy. I would take the Lion Super Bowl for sure. For sure. That's like something I want to happen, but I have like no control over it, so. Do I have any? No, don't do that. So I do have an insight here. I think this is a superior base. All of my mercenaries are a high enough level that I could use that. I have never gotten a 17 med insight on single player. Out of like 50 I've tried to roll. So let's see if we can finally get one, huh? Let's see. What's the base we got? It's a perfect 15 ED ethereal CV4 socketed. So Ral, Tier, Pal, Soul. And of course it puts it in here in reverse just to try to trick you. Ral, Tier, Tel, Soul. Finally! I don't know what the other rolls are. 6 crit? 215. I don't know what the rolls are. Why do I think that it goes to like 2? I don't remember. What is it? What is it? 17's perfect. 6 is perfect, I think. I don't remember how the ED rolls. Oh, it rolled 200 ED because it has 15 on the base. That like... Is it 200 perfect? Is this perfect? Or is it really low ED? So someone said it's super low ED, so I'll double check. You're probably right, though. Insight, D2R. Sometimes it's faster just to Google it super quick before. 180 to 250, so it is a little bit low on the ED, but... Oh, well. Oh, well. So, somehow, out of like 40, 50, 60 insights I've made / rolled on single player, that's the first one I've gotten with 17 med on it. So, well, it is what it is, huh? At least we got it now. Man. Low ED roll. I might just... Oh boy. Hard to pass up when you got these dudes down here. Hard to pass up. You got these little weaklings. Yeah, low on the EDs, Scott, but you got the important parts, the max aura. Yeah, at least I got that. couple champs over here, but I can't see what's going on. Too much malarkey going on over here. I was hoping I'd zoom in and there'd just be a Tyrell's Might chilling there. It'd be sick. There's like so many items I zoom in, it doesn't even show them all. Blackbird said, still hunting that Shaco. Still hunting that Shaco. Yeah, a few people said, huh, I wonder if this website... Oh, it is 200 to 260. Yeah, okay, never mind. So it rolled anti-perfect on the ED. That's unfortunate. I misread. I thought it said 180. That's disappointing. Of course it would. No good. So speaking of the Hall of Fame NFL game tonight, I'm hoping to see some Isaac Tesla tonight. I'll tell you what. I have heard nothing about this guy. The Lions traded three third-round draft picks to move up like 15 spots in this year's draft to draft this guy, and I've heard nothing about him through all training camp and whatnot. So you can't use that kind of capital and just have a guy you never use, right? Got him. Ooh. Back in the day, you'd be so sick if you found that. I think that popped right off of him. Back when it was harder to get those higher level grand chimes to use for crafting. Back in the day. That is so disappointing with that base 15 ED to roll the anti-perfect damage on there. Maybe I'll re-roll it again. Should I re-roll it? Let me know in the comments. Nope, don't like these monster types. Whoa. Blackest Bird said he's gonna be rocking, thinking about starting up a Diablo 1 melee character. Enjoy? That's what I went with, the Barbarian right off the bat, or the Warrior, I guess is technically, but Clinky says, yeah, re-roll that thing with the anti-perfect damage. I wonder how much higher the... I probably could look it up. How much damage the, like a perfect, at least a higher level Ethereal CV Insight would be. Whoop. Getting beat up over here. Sunday. No good. See, recently got back into D2R. Been a few years. Don't know why I stopped. Great question. That's all right, though. Never a bad time to come back to D2. A lot of these guys must have like a ton of poison. That's crazy. Hamdan, welcome in. We got the same TZ we had the other day here. Rodney says there's a he says there's a new mod. I don't know how new he's necessarily speaking of, but Hellfire 3. So it's like another expansion pretty much, is what you're saying. Interesting. I know there's several different mods for D1, so. Oh, Blackest Bird coming in hot with 5 gifted tier 1 subs over on Twitch. Thank you so much, you legend. Ooh. Appreciate you. That's very kind of you. Thank you so much for the generosity. Blackest Bird. Appreciate you. See where we at here. We got tons of packs down here. Tons of packs. If I was going to specifically do more areas like this, I totally would get that cure rocking up. Maybe I even just should. Maybe I even just should. How does a sub work on Twitch? How does it work? I mean, it's pretty much the same as a channel membership on YouTube or... actually on Twitch, though, I think... Isn't it on Twitch if you have a channel membership, you don't ever get any ads? Right? I'm not making that up in my head, right? That's like a true fact. Which I'm pretty positive that's true. Which is nasty. I really wish YouTube would do that. But give another incentive. You know, a little extra boost for, you know, people who support the channel. Am I using D-Web? Sure am. Yeah. A few different people. Yeah, no ads if subbed. Yeah, I was almost positive, but sometimes I misremember things. YOLO. Oh gosh. Emilio! He just got annihilated. Oh well. 50k is no big deal. Let's see. Gecko said he stopped because Mac stopped supporting D2. Interesting. Interesting. Mortifero says, oh yeah, it's that Twitch Turbo or something. That it's $12 a month and you'll get no ads on any streams ever. And I assume that works like YouTube Premium, to where the creators get like a larger portion, like per view or whatever, than they would if they actually seen ads. I forget how much it was though. I think Linus on YouTube did, to where if you have like YouTube Premium and you watch a YouTube video, the YouTube creator gets like 3 or 4 times as much as they do when somebody watches an ad. So, oh, I forgot. I can't. Okay. I can't whistle. No, I forgot how to whistle. I haven't done it so long. Is there a difference between Twitch and YouTube, the streams? Not really. The only thing right now is I'm trying to look into some setting differences. It's tough. Streaming 1440p on Twitch and YouTube is kind of annoying because the minimum bit rate that YouTube allows for 1440p streaming is higher than the maximum bit rate that Twitch allows for 1440p streaming. So it causes some issues. So right now the Twitch stream is actually only at 720 because I made a decision when my internet got back working that I was going to I wanted my YouTube stream to look better than it was, and I was hoping that going from a lower quality Twitch stream down to 720 but making the YouTube stream better would be better off, like, for me in general, I guess, but I'm not really sure. Nate, yo! Thank you for the 100 bits. Ooh. Appreciate you. Choo-choo! But yeah, and it's just generally, the differences are, like, different things that are different between Twitch and YouTube. Like how you can see up above me how the emotes actually show up from Twitch, but for some reason the YouTube, when you put in emotes, they don't show up in the chat like that. I don't really know why that is, or you know, there's just some different stuff like that. So yeah, so Degenerate, Twitch actually does have kind of have a raid feature. I forget what it's called now, but you have to, like, before the stream, you have to, like, preset it. Like, you have to talk to the person and be like, hey, but it is so, like, annoying that nobody uses it, unfortunately. Yeah, and YouTube just doesn't, it's not the same, like, Realty or Telso. It's not the same just, like, community-wise. Because on Twitch, like, other streamers, like, you know, kind of an idea of helping out other streamers and stuff. YouTube's not like that. What rooms are worth keeping and how many would you keep? So, for me on offline single player, it's different if you're on ladder or online or, you know, this or that. I keep 5 of each rune, of the very low ones. I used to keep all the runes up to Lum and higher, but about a year ago I started only keeping Lemon higher. It's all just opinion. There's no, like, that, you know, hard fact, like, no, Phil, you're wrong, you should keep, you know. I've heard people say they don't keep anything under Vex, you know, so. How long have I played D2? Well, like this, it's been pretty much since I started my channel. I played very unseriously when I was a kid, and I played off and on for just, like, I would play one ladder randomly here, one ladder randomly there. Whatever. I've got that kind of stuff already. Just a regular unsuperior. But yeah, what is it? Like 5 or 6 years ago, I started my YouTube channel. So before that, I mean, there was so many things. Pretty much before I started my YouTube channel, I didn't even know that the 117 FCR breakpoint was only for lightning and chain lightning. I thought that was for, because it was always for lightning, and I assumed the lightning skills, as one would, right? I didn't find out till after I had already started making YouTube videos that it was only for lightning and chain lightning. So, if that tells you anything. Cubing L's until Zod. No, that's kind of a go-to one that people joke around and say, but nope, never doing that. That's a bit too crazy for me. This is already too crazy for me, apparently. Like streaming 4 or 5 days a week and for 5 straight years and not finding Cheryl's Might. Yeah, I don't even know. Yeah, I started seeing like there's like a whole bunch of people doing Holy Grails again, or for the first time recently. And I think I seen that Llama was doing all the ethereal grail and regular grail, which I mean, that might as well just be an ethereal grail, because you're obviously going to find all your regular stuff before you find all the ethereal stuff you can find, I guess. But yeah. The Quintinity. I would have to see where you've seen that posted, or that's just like some guess of yours, I'm guessing. Oh, never mind. I didn't read that. You said they're putting in -100 res to all elements in the game. Gotcha. So it's just a joke. Gotcha. I was like, I doubt this. You got to be joking me. Blackest Bird said, I started D2 a few years ago. I have so much to learn. Yeah, yep. There's things that like even people you know, there's so much in D2. Like the one that I was kind of shocked because it was one of these things I actually knew and none of the other people did. I watched one of the Mr. Llama like trivia, and the fact that soft points for the summons for the druid, the soft points actually boost up as well. Usually it's only hard points. So even people, I say this only not to like brag or anything, but only to say that even people who know like everything about the game don't even know everything. Just watch any of the, I've only done a couple of them, but Mr. Llama does the trivia. And if you ever want to feel better about your knowledge, just watch me perform on the couple of them that I did. And you'll be like, oh, okay, yeah. Did not great. Not great. But, you know, it's all in good fun or whatever, too, so. Yeah, definitely degenerate not doing L runes only to Zod. No, 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 no. $435. Oh, another skiller. It's a plain one, but Pally Combat. Ooh. Nice. Oh yeah, Degenerate, what'd you teach him? I didn't catch that part. I didn't catch that. Boy, I was hoping with all these little density, all these little flare guys, I could get lucky with a high rune or something. High runes are always hype. Not that I really, quote-unquote, need a bunch more, but I'm gonna have to go farm up some full rejuves again like I did the other day. Curses for the Necromancer. Curses indeed. Oh. Yeah, I guess I feel like that's something I heard, Degenerate, but I forgot about it because, you know, you don't ever need to know it. But yeah, interesting. Blackest Bird said hardest challenge getting through Act 3 with a Javazon. Is that like running into the souls and stuff, I'm guessing? Let's see, Cap Fam, Trav, Pork and Trav or LK? It's I'm pretty sure it's LK. But teach their own, whatever, you know, somebody, Ral, Tier, Telsoul, whatever somebody wanted to do. I'm not a fan of Trav, so. But yeah, I would say LK is the most efficient. Yeah, someone said it's super boring, but Quintinity. I'm gonna play all the way to kickoff and no, trash. No. I gotta get off here in a little bit and make my daughter dinner. My wife went out to dinner with a friend, so I gotta get dinner for the kiddo. I don't know what I'm gonna make. What am I gonna make? I don't know. Wife went out. Maybe me and my daughter go to beat Buffalo Wild Wings, watch the game, and eat some food. We'll just hit the pits here for a couple, get some more whatchamacallit. Yeah, Hamdan. I did see that. I talked about it a second ago, but I forgot to mention that part. No TZ. Wasn't it no TZ Meth and Andy? Or is he doing no Terra Zones at all? Oh yeah, you just say no Meth and Andy. Gotcha, okay. I didn't see that part at the end. Yeah, and wasn't he doing all rune words and all ethereal items? Which, I mean, that's just nonsense. Not saying he can't do it, but I would just be surprised if he's really doing a full ethereal grail that he would finish that, like ethereal D-web, and I mean, I don't know, like ethereal Death's Fathom and stuff. That's a tough call. That's tough to get. VV, peace out. Have a good day. Dino Nuggies says Harper for dinner. Dino Nuggies! That good. Scott DeLoof, welcome in. No good. Lightning immune flayers, Blackest Bird says. Okay, I guess I forgot that the flayers were lightning immune out there. Huh. Yeah, I guess I forgot that. Got me there, 440, huh? I forgot I started streaming so late here. Just looking at something super quick. I mean, if I was marking, I bet you I'd be pretty close on an ethereal grail at this point. fully completes Ethereal Grail before finding any Tyrell's Might. Cool. But yeah, I know I don't have an Ethereal D-Web. I think I may have even found an Ethereal Death Spasm. Here's an Ethereal SOJ. Boom! Oh, Carrion Wind, though. I need to throw this on right now to get my poison res up, huh? How nasty would an Ethereal SOJ be, huh? Interesting. The Twister procs on striking. Legendary for any proc character. Continuity. You're not the only one that can tell jokes. Come on. Have I found an Ethereal Templars? I have, yes. Rings and Amies can be ethereal? What are you talking about, boss? There's no way I was kidding. Boop. Ethereal Templars Might. Much more rare. Well, actually, yeah, it's more rare. This is more rare than finding Ethereal's Might. Because an item being ethereal, is it 1 in 21 or something? I forget what the odds of something being ethereal are now. But 1 in 9 is unique sacred armors are Ethereal's Might. Or is it 1 in 27 are ethereal? 1 in 21. Who knows that offhand? Anybody? Ethereal Corpse Morn. Upgrade that to a sacred armor. It just goes crazy. Shit. Up the Ethereal Shadowplate one there. Ethereal Archon's Valor. I didn't keep all the anything that I thought I would never use, or it's not like super crazy rare. I just like didn't keep or whatever. So yeah, Degenerate. When I found that, it's like, ooh, now I know that's not Tyrell's Might for sure. 1 in 21 says Varthamus. I thought, yeah, that sounds good. So 5%. So I think it's one ethereal for every. Yeah, so 5% is right. Yeah, I think. Where was I? But yeah. In search of a F5 socketed Colossus Blade. Best of luck. Just kind of got to go to the standard areas for finding stuff like that. An Ethereal Colossus Blade is going to be a toughie. That's why with a lot of things people go with a Colossus Sword, because like a blank Colossus Sword that's ethereal, if you Lars it, it'll get 5 sockets. So just an FYI. 5 sockets is the max on a Colossus Sword, but Colossus Blade can get 6. Which you might already know. Yeah, looking at the time here, speaking of having to get my daughter dinner, and I was wondering, I was like, I'm getting pretty hungry. It's getting around time when I need to start thinking about cooking dinner. So, yeah, I gotta hop off here. Just a short stream. I don't usually stream on Thursdays. I'm gonna be back tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, 6 o'clock for a Friday night printer stream. Those are the exciting ones, so don't miss out. Hopefully y'all have a wonderful day. And as always, keep slaying. Ooh, yeah.